Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over this Verizon 5G review. So this video is going to be particularly useful for individuals who are deciding whether or not to upgrade to Verizon 5G service. And so I've been using Verizon 5G for a year and a half now, and I must say that's definitely fast when you can actually get good 5G signal. But here are some things you have to be aware about. Now let's first start off with the pros. With Verizon 5G, you get incredibly fast download speeds when you're in a good coverage area. Plus, their network is pretty reliable and you can stream 4K videos without any buffering issues. But the downside is that the coverage spot is still pretty spotty in some areas, and your phone battery might drain faster when connected to 5G networks. Now, one of the biggest cons though is that although the speeds are impressive, when available, you do have to deal with inconsistent coverage. And what I mean by that is you might get blazing fast speeds in downtown areas, but then lose 5G completely when you drive a few miles out, okay? So some days I get download speeds of like 200 megabytes per second and I feel like I'm living in the future. Other days, my phone keeps switching between 5 and 4G and the connection is actually worse than just staying on 4G. With Verizon 5G, I think the fastest speed test I've ever gotten was like 400 megabytes per second, but I've also had areas where 5G was so weak, it was unusable. Other things with Verizon 5G that I didn't like or don't like currently is that it absolutely destroys your battery life. And sometimes the 5G signal is so weak that it's actually slower than 4G LTE. And unlike 4G, which is pretty consistent everywhere, 5G feels like you're either getting amazing speeds or terrible connectivity with no middle ground. Now with Verizon 5G though, one thing to keep in mind is that you do have to take into account the higher monthly cost for 5G plans, and the fact that you'll probably need to charge your phone more frequently. So while the technology is cool, you're paying more for a service that isn't consistently better than what you had before. Now with Verizon 5G, there can be some frustration when your phone keeps switching between networks. So my recommendation is that you learn how to manually disable 5G in areas where the signal is weak. For me, for example, I found certain locations where turning off 5G actually gives me better overall performance. Now here are my 3 tips for people who want to try out Verizon 5G. First tip is check their coverage map carefully for your specific area because 5G availability varies dramatically even within the same city. I made the assumption that 5G would be available everywhere and was disappointed to find dead zones in places I frequently visited. Third tip is to learn how to toggle 5G on and off in your phone settings because sometimes you'll get better performance by forcing your phone to use 4G LTE. I found that in weak 5G areas, it's just better to disable it completely rather than let my phone struggle to maintain a poor connection. My rule is that if you're not in a major city or don't really need ultra-fast mobile speeds, 5G probably isn't worth the extra cost yet. But with 5G though, I'd say that it's been a mixed experience. When it works well, it's genuinely impressive, but the inconsistent coverage and battery drain issues are real problems. Verizon customer service is pretty decent when you have coverage issues though. There's not much that they can do about the fundamental limitations. So with that being said though, if you're considering Verizon 5G, I'd say just try it out. You won't know until you try it, but manage your expectations about coverage and be prepared for some trade-offs. But I hope you found this video helpful guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.